your message and I started to conversation with you.
Okay, thank you for.
Yeah, because vocabulary is very very important for speaking. No, so we have to evaluate always. So if we have a vocabulary in our mind, so we can easily frame the sentence and we can easily conversation with the people. So that's why always I most of the time I prefer to elevate my vocabulary skill. So I use read newspaper and I read English stories books. So something I will do
So
it.
I have a question for you. So please tell me how much important reading newspaper. What do you think about? Please, can you describe in a nutshell?
Yeah, sir. Actually, I purchased a newspaper morning itself, but that time I didn't have time to read it because I was in my office. No, that time I don't have to read. So once I enter into my home, no, so I read newspaper. By reading this newspaper, so we can gain more and more things. So first I want to say about that we can we can easily we can understand what is going on in our in our society. So many things are always they are running, so we can easily understand, we can gain some more knowledge about politicians and some other activities are going our surrounding, right? And apart from that we can easily some of the new phrases and vocabularies we are not understanding because we are learners, right? So by reading this newspaper, so we can easily enhance our vocabulary skill. So sometimes I'm not understanding new vocabulary because many different kinds of vocabularies they are using in the newspaper, right? So what I do now, I just go to Google Translate and I convert into my native language. So then it's very beneficial. So we can easily understand. So this kind of thing I'm using for enhancing my language and I'm building my vocabulary.
Over the moon right now just because of my hard work, and I wanted to learn language. When I was child, you can say when I was doing my graduation at law, that time I wanted to learn language. I tried many times, but I couldn't learn English language just because just I used to read English book and as well Hindi book, but I didn't try to speak, because there was no environment. There was no environment, and everything about villagers. They always speak in their native language. My native language is Hindi, so I always, you can say entire day I used to speak whole day, whole day in Hindi language. And
Yes.
but I was curious to know how to speak because that time my father, he used to listen. He used to listen like a transistor, transistor.
Yes, yes, understood.
English news, English news. Uh, you can say he used to listen in evening time. So
Mm.
I also used to listen with him. Just my father. So just because I wanted to learn how to speak English language, I was very curious to know how to speak. But I couldn't. And you can say after few years, more than 5 years, when I came here in Prayagraj city, then I got a chance to speak in language. Because here I got a chance to, I got environment, good environment, because almost you can say like a citizen people, no? City people, they know how to speak in language, but they are not habitual to speak because they they didn't try. You can say they don't try to speak, but they know everything about English language. And if I talk about my how did I learn English language, so before 10 months, I had a friend.
Mm.
He knew English language because his whole education was in English medium school. So he knew everything. So he told me, Sarvesh, if you do like this thing, so you couldn't learn English language. Then he told me, how can you learn English language? Then I started. He told me, if you speak more and more, almost more or 2 hour or 3 hour, because you are a non-native speaker and you don't know how to make sentences, even though. So he told me everything. Then I got a chance and I got a thrill just because I wanted to learn language, and I started that day. It
Yeah.
was my journey.
Yeah, actually, sir, I speak only two languages. One is my native language, other one is English. But actually, I'm very curious to learn Hindi also. I don't know in Hindi how to speak. See, I think before 6 months, I think I used to practice Hindi small words. But after that, the people are kidding us. So you see how this guy is speaking Hindi. Yeah, like that. So that's why I left it there. So, but nowadays, we are speaking English also, no? Before I think 2 months, I think 2 months ago, people are saying for this language also. It's a common. Many people they are always thinking bigger because they are always they are speaking with someone. They are always kidding. So I didn't bother about that. See, if we are going to bothering about that, we couldn't learn anything. So we have to. What is our desire goal? So up to reaching. So we have to work hard so we can easily learn this language. See, before when we are, I am in my childhood, no. So that time I was very passionate about this language, but as you mentioned earlier, I didn't have ambience. So if we have an ambience, we can easily learn everything. We can do anything. See, for example, I can say. If in my home, if I have a bike, so I can easily ride. If I don't have bike, how can I drive? Right. So by doing small using the sentence, we can easily learn this language. So in the same manner, so we can learn how to drive the bike and car, everything. We can do anything, right? But first consistency is very very important. If we have a consistency, we can learn anything easily. So I would say that no one is perfection in this language. So by consistently we are speaking, we are doing anything, we can easily we can get a good schooler in this language as well. So I can say this. But consistency is very very important. We have to work hard, we have to put efficiency, how much is required from my side. So we have to work. So then we have to we have to wait for our result. But immediate result we will not we wouldn't get it because it requires more time. So already we have mentioned it's not a piece of paper. So it's take a lot of times. We have to practice more. Gradually, we can learn everything. We can learn, right?
Right, right. I think it, yeah, it is not piece of cake for everyone, and we should think about English language. And first, almost people they think their native language. I know because sometimes I think my native language, my Hindi, So, but nowadays I'm not like thinking my Hindi language just because I know if I think like this thing, then I can't improve my English language. There's the and just nowadays I'm just listening. You can say podcast or video conversation video just because of my pronunciation and now pronunciation and nowadays I'm speaking well quite well just because and nowadays I'm not making a lot of mistake. I know I make mistake so
Mm.
but not much more before better than before like better yeah because
Uh,
earlier I was making a lot of mistake when I was beginner and when I started my spoken journey because I didn't know how to speak language that's why I used to make mistake but not now.
I have seen your more videos. I think first video I saw your video. You was speaking with Ramchandran from Tamil Nadu. So that time he was very nervous in that time. I saw your video. So that day I decided that I want to speak with you because core learner, all are we are the core learners. We can easily by fumbling, by stammering, we can easily learn. So I saw that video. That time he was very I think little nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's happened, but not like nowadays. I'm not like looking nervous. I'm not getting so much stuck. I'm not getting stuck, and I'm
Mm.
not just because I know how to speak in language and I'm able to speak. I'm able to convey my thought. If you have any topic, so I can go, and I don't think much more about my native language nowadays. Just I'm speaking.
But one thing is, I would like to say that what no, whoever is a good speaker, no, if that time if we want to talk with that type of persons, that time we are going to maybe we can get a clearness and nervous.
Earlier I was, but nowadays, I'm very comfortable. Anyone, if I talk about like tutor or any like good English speaker, I can convey my thought. And nowadays I'm not like fearing and of anyone. I'm not scared like this. I'm not afraid with anyone. Just I can communicate with anyone. And but nowadays just time to talk like a tutor. Just because I make mistakes, so maybe they can rectify me.
Yeah, yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
so no one is here rectify.
Yeah, by we are getting by consistently speak, we can get we can learn everything. So nowadays we couldn't nervous, and now we are not fumbling. So by practicing automatically we can we are this. Mm. Earlier days, now we were doing like that, but nowadays we are very comfortable. We can speak even very good speaker also. So
Yeah,
in another 3 to 4 months we can get a more fluency. And sometimes we are not pronunciating some words clearly, because that's also
yeah.
required.
Listen,
You know,
listen.
by yeah,
Sorry, I interrupted you, but not pronunciated like pronunciation. Pronunciation.
yes, pronunciation. So
Pron- Pronunciation.
pronunciation. So,
Yes.
by practicing automatically we can learn everything, right?
Okay, sir. So I have a little bit work, so I have to prepare my dinner. So please, if you don't mind, so can you
Yes.
very
Sure, please go ahead. Go ahead. Actually, I wanted to go and brush up, because now only I came from my duty, so I want to get a brush up. Yeah, thank you
okay.
so much. It was very fantastic conversation with you. Yeah.